kicks the bone collector, or the cadaver collector, and kicks him prone. And we will give him the little ouch my back symbol.
Right in the dignity.
Yep, right in the dignity. Alright.
Kicked him right in the cool thing.
Cancel. What would you like to do? Yes.
Are these little things angry specters, like enemy ones?
Oh yeah, they're bad specters.
Fireball.
You gotta fireball them? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so Brody, make a dex save.
Okay. 24.
The specters get a 19, and the cadaver collector gets a whole whopping 10. So what is your save?
My save is 19.
Okay, so the specter saved, but the cadaver collector did not. What'd you get?
24.
So you save. So I'm sorry. As a monk, do you have evasion?
I do.
Okay, so you take nothing.
Take a whole lot of nothing.
And the specters will take half, and the cadaver collector will take all of it. Roll your damage.
38.
Woof.
I like the sound of not taking it.
So the two specters, that is enough. Even at half damage, they die. But the cadaver collector is still up. Is there anything you want to do with your bonus action or movement?
No, just chilling over here.
Okay. The collector as I swap books. From the ground, because he is prone, he turns his head almost 360 degrees. Well, no, I guess it's 180 degrees on his neck, and breathes paralyzing gas into Brody's face. Brody needs to make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
Or be paralyzed for 1 minute.
I made it for 22.
Okay. You are not paralyzed.
Oh, cool.
And that's all he was going to do. He is prone. Anybody within 5 feet of him gets advantage on their attacks. Narate, what would you like to do?
Shoot, I screwed it up for the rogues, didn't I? Screwed up their sneak attack. Can I standing?
I will move up. Wait, no. I will move here.
Okay.
And I will cast Guiding Bolt on him.
Okay. Go ahead. However, you are at disadvantage.
Why?
Because he's prone, and that is a ranged attack.
Then I will move closer to him.
Okay? So if you make a melee attack, you're at advantage. Or you can make your ranged attack.
Would my ranged attack still be a disadvantage even though I'm right next to him?
I want to say yes, because you're making a ranged attack within 5 feet.
Right. Unless you have the feet.
Crossbow expert.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. So that would be. For 30 hit points of force damage,
Oof.
and he's now glowing.
He is now glowing. Let me see if I have something
So
for that.
all attacks made against him have advantage.
I am sure I have something for this.
I think it's the next attack.
Well, any attack after this would have, and he also gets this because he is glowing. So, okay. So, what do you want to do with your bonus attack or your bonus action?
Nothing.
Okay. What about your zombies?
My ghouls will move to attack.
Okay. Go ahead and make
One.
3 attacks for your ghouls.
First one is
The first one has advantage.
okay.
Actually, all of them have advantage. He's glowing.
But he's on the ground.
Guiding bolt. You're the DM. That's not how it reads, but
It
works for me.
It is, though. All attacks until the end of his next turn, or until the end of Narute's next turn, have advantage.
Oh, okay. Mine reads, the next attack roll made against this target has advantage.
Is it only one? I thought it was more than that. Plus, it's like Gabe said, it doesn't really matter because he's prone. But let's see here.
I've always put guiding bolt in my poo-poo list because of the way I interpreted it.
Yeah, getting bolt. Yeah, it says the next attack roll. You're right. So it's only one more attack roll. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not like that first Gould's going to have double advantage, but either way, that's something to note for the future.
So, it's an 18 to hit for the first one.
That hits.
For 12 damage.
Okay. What kind of attack was it? Was it claw or bite?
It was a bite.
Okay. So the next attack has advantage because he's prone.
17 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. 10 damage.
Okay.
21 to hit. 11 damage.
Okay. Okay. Aaron, what'd you like to do?
I will now so I'm going to do my thing, but I'm curious about these zombies or whatever that just sort of stand there all the time. But I will move 30 feet up to approximately here, and I'll try to get to where I have some visibility to my targets. And I'm going to cast Bless on. I can't reach. Oh goodness, what's our new character's name?
Brody.
Brody. Okay, can't reach Brody. He's out of range, but I'll get Narute, Shamish, and I'm selfish enough to include me with a bless.
Okay.
So that everybody everybody's got like a 1d4 on saving throws and to hit rolls
Very nice.
of those three.
Anything with a bonus action?
I will scope out how that thing is fighting on the floor, writhing around, and that's my investigation.
So he has to.
Deception of 29 or better.
Okay.
Otherwise, I doubt. I bet he's gonna.
Nope. He got a 10.
Okay, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay. So you will have advantage on your next attack, regardless.
Let's see. I don't think the bless gives an extra.
No, from your investigation.
Oh, that gives me. Yeah, that lets me advantage on him on that one character
Until the end of your next turn.
We'll move on. I'll check the text because it's one of those class abilities, and
Right.
I'm not sure.
Thrick, what would you like to do?
It's really crowded in there.
It is.
Fireball.
I'm gonna cast Soul of God on the airway.
When in doubt, fireball.
I'm just gonna cast a guiding bolt
Okay.
with that disadvantage
Okay. Go for it.
because it's not like I can easily shoot through people with it.
Do specters provide cover?
That's
Actually, those are Norte specters.
Oh.
Or,
17
ghouls.
to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. Damage. I think
Okay.
that's double because it's yeah, do you want me to add a d6 because it's radiant or something?
Nope. He's not vulnerable to radiant damage. He's a construct.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he is glowing. The next person to hit him has advantage. Telfar, what would you like to do?
How tall is the cadaver collector fella?
He is brushing the ceiling. So this hallway is 12 feet tall, and the top of his head is at the top of the ceiling, even though he's prone.
Even though he's prone. So it would still be possible for me to be up near the ceiling and shoot over everybody's heads?
Yes.
Alright, then that's what I'm gonna do. I will take a -5 to hit,
Okay.
or 16.
That is a miss.
Alright.
But it's not bad enough that you have to worry about hitting anybody else.
Well, fantastic. Yeah.
Anything else with bonus action and movement?
Are any of my comrades bleeding profusely?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's actually taken too many hits. This guy's pretty much, at this point, just been a bullet sponge and nothing else.
Well, Well,
Do you have a USB-C?
in that case, I'll just break line of sight over here in this corner and re-roll my stealth.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your stealth. Hold on just a minute. I'll be right back. You need a USB-C? No.
Probably yours.
That's not a USB-C. Oh. Oh, okay. That works. No, tonight. Sorry, there was a power requirement for USB-C. And I'm using all of the ones in here. Cause I'm a power pig, give it all to me. Okay, so Telfar, you are hidden. Shamish, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
Anthony, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so we still. I can move to this thing now, right? Or do I have to kill
So there is. This here is a group. Oh no, that is Darte's ghouls. You can. Yeah, you could move through them and attack. What I would say would be I would move them out of the way and move you here if you want to make an attack.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
So we'll do like that. The three of you are in attack. Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, how's this guy looking first?
Beat up.
Cool, let's make him.
But I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, he's a construct that has spears and swords sticking out of him with dead bodies hanging off of him. So, I mean, it's not like he was looking great when he was in pristine condition.
Okay, what is it? 24 to hit.
Hits.
Cool, so I'm gonna hit him with the level 4 Divine Smite.
Okay. Are you going to use a bonus action to put a smite spell on that as well?
Smite. Y'all want some smite on that?
What can constructs be? Can they be blinded or anything? Or
He is immune to necrotic, poison, psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks that are not made from adamantine. He is immune to charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, or poisoned. So he is not immune to being blinded.
ah,
So I can't.
I'll put blinding smite on that too. Level 3 blinding smite.
All right. So, what kind of save does he have to make against your blinding smite? What is your spell save DC?
15.
Doesn't matter. He rolled a nat 1. He is blind. Go ahead and roll your damage first of all, you have to roll your attack.
Do 24 to hit.
Right, 24 to hit. So he is blinded. Now roll your damage for your blade and your divine smite, and then any damage that goes with blinding smite.
Ooh, chunky.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of dice. You might kill him.
Oh no, this is definitely killing. Okay.
Well, I mean,
10.
he does have 18 D10 plus 90 hit dice, so maybe?
10, 20. 30. 40. 50. 69.
Oh, so close. He is not dead. Your next attack. And you have advantage because you have advantage because he is blind.
Oh.
Yeah. Roll your to hit, and that probably will answer the question.
Right.
Well, I'm hitting him either way because the both got really high, but I didn't get a.
Well, what's really high? Is it more than 17?
Oh, yes.
Is it bigger than a bread box? Then yes, you hit. How much damage did you do?
What do I'm gonna shield bash him because I'm not gonna waste the smite.
You don't have to shield bash him. You can hit him with just your sword without doing a divine smite.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have that.
Yeah, you have a second attack.
Put the sock down. Sounds like there's turned mac and cheese over there.
20.
Plunging a jar of mayonnaise.
20 damage.
Okay, so you swing down and you kill the cadaver collector. It falls down, and the corpses have loot. You find 81 gold pieces. And wow, you're going to get 6 rolls on the loot tables. So, hold on just a second. Let me find my loot tables. Since Anthony did the killing blow, Shamish gets the first roll. Roll D100.
A 5.
You get. This might actually be useless for you, but you.
Oh, really?
You find a defender dagger in the belt of one of the corpses.
Oh, cool, a dagger. I'll never use it.
It's a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. The first time you attack with this dagger on each of your turns, you can transfer some or all of the dagger's bonus to your armor class instead of using the bonus to any of the attacks that turn. So, for example, you could reduce the bonus attack and damage rolls to +1 and gain a +2 bonus to armor class.
That is so sick.
That is pretty badass.
But I would have to equip that.
That would be especially useful for anybody that is dual wielding.
Yeah. A melee fighter that doesn't have a shield would really benefit from that.
Yep.
Cool, I'm gonna keep this until someone finds something good, and then I'll possibly trade it with them
Okay.
if they want it.
+3 to my armor class sounds amazing for so far.
But you have to get up and poke somebody with it.
I know, but what I'm saying is sometimes I'm in melee when I don't want to be
Oh
in melee.
yeah, that's exactly my get out of jail free card there.
Brody,
You should
Yeah.
just give
roll
it
D100.
You don't have to
D100.
give me nothing, I can pay for it. But I must also point
54.
out that when we did the
54.
loot last time, Anthony wanted the golden black pearl and spinal beholder figurine and the set
Spinal?
of
I
the
thought you said
three
it.
metallic dragons. And since he got that loot, he actually owes 158 gold to the party.
Oh, yeah. There is that.
The loot was worth more than his actual share of the loot.
So, Brody finds +1 half plate on one of the zombies that are, or one of the corpses on the corpse or the cadaver construct.
Anybody need half plate? Because I don't.
Well, it's only +1, so.
A what?
It's +1 half plate.
Ah. I don't think anyone needs that.
It didn't do the cadaver corpse any good.
I'm sure it's worth something.
It definitely is going to be worth something, but.
We'll take it, but we're not gonna do it.
Wait, Chris, I was gonna ask you, is that Defender Dagger, does that require attunement or no?
It does not. Let me double check. I'm sorry. It does require attunement.
Well, never mind. I only have 3 slots, alright? Did we figure out who was gonna be wielding that staff of thunder and lightning?
There's a staff of thunder and lightning.
Yeah, you missed it. You missed it, Anthony.
You missed so much.
It was very, very frightening.
Can I have the defending dagger?
So, Brody wants to know if he can have the defending dagger.
Oh yeah, you can have it. I'm not gonna use it.
Cool.
So it is a +3 to attack and damage rolls. The first time you attack, on each of your turns, you can transfer some or all of the dagger's bonus from its bonus to attack to your AC. So you could say, well, I'm going to make it a +1 dagger, but I'm going to put +2 to my AC
And it's still
on the first attack.
just on the first attack?
Just on the first attack.
But it lasts until your next turn. Is that how it works?
Correct. Let's see here. The adjusted bonuses remain in effect until the start of your next turn, although you must hold the dagger to gain the bonus to AC from it.
Okay.
I'll just go down the line here. So we're going to say that it's 7 rolls instead of 6. Thrick, make a D100 roll.
Uh, 100.
You got 100?
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Alright.
what 000 is, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that means roll twice.
No, that means you got something. I honestly don't know what this does.
Means we have to kill Thrick. Where's that?
It's a stone of Hallister summoning.
Oh boy. And if I use
In-
it, I get to keep
So
all zero.
one of the corpses is wearing a robe, and they have a big pocket in their robe, and there's a tome in there. You find a tome of the stilled tongue.
Oh.
It requires attunement by a wizard. This thick leather-bound tome has a desiccated tongue pinned to the front cover. Only 5 of these tomes are known to exist, and it's unknown which one is the original. The grisly cover decoration on the first tome of the Still Tongue once belonged to the treacherous former servant of the lich god Vecna.
Oh shit.
The tongues pinned to the cover of the 4 copies come from spellcasters who crossed Vecna. The first few pages of each tome are filled with indecipherable scrawls. The remaining pages are blank and pristine. If you can attune to this item, you can use it as a spellbook and an arcane focus. In addition, while holding the tome, you can use a bonus action to cast a spell you have written in this tome without expending a spell slot or using any verbal or somatic components. Once used, the property of this tome cannot be used again until the next dawn. While attuned to the book, you can remove the tongue from the book's cover. If you do so, all spells written in the book are permanently erased. Vecna watches anyone who uses this tome. He can also write cryptic messages in the book. These messages appear at midnight and fade away after they are read.
We're donating this to.
We're going to give this to Goodwill.
We're giving this to a temple of a good god in order for them to bury it really deep. We don't need the tongue of Vecna.
You've become one.
Fuck no. Well, it's not technically the tongue of Vecna.
The tongue of
One of them is.
crossed it.
No, it's the tongue of one of his servants.
Well, they said there were, 4 fakes and 1 original? Yeah, that's right. The original is the tongue of his
Most trusted advisor. Yeah.
Most trusted.
So, I mean, maybe Cancel wants this?
Oh,
Probably
yeah,
was gonna
right.
be a
Yeah,
counter.
Cancel very much would want that, I'm pretty sure.
Gives the ability to
Yeah, but
like an 8th level spell.
Cancel, are you a wizard or are you a sorcerer?
I'm a wizard.
So,
Yeah.
this would be fantastic for you because you could, if you attune to this,
You get 1 free spell a day.
yeah,
Are you guys forgetting the Vecna is watching you part of that whole thing?
Yeah, and he talks to you. You're a warlock of Vecna. Calm down.
well, he's a wizard.
You're a warlock now. Vecna likes you.
I mean, if Warforged could have children, your child might be a warlock. I mean, this is like the least of the Vecna problems. I mean, it's not like it's asking you to cut off an arm or gouge out an eye. But this book is allowing you to cast a spell with no components once per day. Any spell that you choose. So it's basically a free spell slot.
The hand of Vecna is real powerful too, so why don't we use it?
Because it's currently attached to Archon the Cruel.
You stay that away from Vecna, that's why.
Go ahead and give the book to Cancel.
Here, this looks like your domain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Telfar. Roll D100. So close. On one of the corpses, you find an iron flask. Now, hold on. This could be more interesting than we really want it to be.
I always wanted that.
I'm gonna open it. Smell the content.
I'm just gonna open it.
Okay with a book that has Vecna staring at us 24/7, but this is too much.
This is an iron bottle that has a brass stopper. You can use an action to speak the flask command word targeting a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. If the target is native to a plane of existence other than the one you are in, the target must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw or be trapped in the flask. If the target has been trapped by the flask before, it has advantage on a saving throw. Once trapped, a creature remains until in the flask until released. So you're just gonna pop it?
See who comes out.
No?
I was thinking a drinking flask.
No.
Full of brandy?
No, this is a flask that contains possibly something.
We need to go to the elemental plane of brandy, and you can suck in like a brandy elemental. And then you got it.
A brandy ooze.
So, yeah, there's no way to know whether it's empty or full.
Make an Arcana check.
And
Hey, Cancel, would you take a look at this thing for me and make an Arcana check?
the Arcana check is to shake it really, really hard.
Does a 23 get you anything?
The most that you can determine is that it has a type 4 demon in it.
Oh, God. It's Bob. That's why we haven't talked with Bob.
Well, Bob was a devil, but
Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
Close enough.
You're about to get information on Bob actually pretty soon.
A little more crowd interaction, but I think that's just like...
Okay, Norite, roll D100.
Has somebody already rolled 7?
I don't think they have.
Then 7.
Wow, this is something that you might want to hang on to. I don't know. Maybe. You find a dwarven hammer in the belt loop. Oh, and this is not just any hammer.
I'll fight you for it.
It's an adventure right there. Whatever it turns out to be.
I'll fight you for it.
Hold on now. I think I went too far here. There we go. So you find a hammer in the belt. Actually, I'm sorry. It's called a hammer, but it's not. It's a two-handed maul. It is legendary. It is a hammer of thunderbolts. It is a +1 to attack and damage. It has Giant's Bane, which requires attunement. And you have to be wearing a belt of giant strength to gain the advantage. And gauntlets of ogre power.
It's the Mall of the Titans.
Once you're attuned to those 3 items, while you are attuned to those 3 items and holding this hammer, your strength score increases to 4 and can exceed 20 but not 30. When you roll a 20 on an attack roll made with this weapon against the giant must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or die. The hammer also has 5 charges. While you are attuned to it, you can expend 1 charge to make the hammer a ranged weapon. to make a ranged attack with the hammer, hurling it as if it had the thrown property, with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60. If the attack hits, the hammer unleashes a thunderclap audible to 300 feet. The target of every creature within 30 feet of it must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of their next turn. The hammer regains 1d4 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. And this hammer, it looks like a dwarf head on a stick.
But it's huge.
But it's huge.
So it's basically Thor's hammer.
It is essentially Thor's hammer if you have the gloves and the belt to go with it.
So it has
I'm
the
pretty sure I do,
returning.
because I remember I was trying to get this a while ago, and I went to, I sent my follower to get the gloves of Ogre Power, belt of Giant Strength.
Yeah, they probably failed. Your followers probably failed on that. I
I
mean,
actually don't remember hearing anything about that.
right? Yeah, you're probably not going to find. Oh, hey, look, there's gloves of ogre power. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
No, I mean, okay.
cancel. Roll D100. You find +3 chainmail. That's still +3 chainmail. That's don't be all. That's +3 chainmail is pretty fucking awesome. But it doesn't have anything additional to it. Aaron, roll D100.
Looks like a 68. I think it'd been hilarious if we all rolled the same 100s and we got all 5 books of Vecna.
Right. Ooh, you get in one of the pockets, you find a small scarab.
I've seen the Mummy. We want to leave the scarab in the wall.
No, this is a good scarab. It does require attunement. It is a scarab of protection. If you hold this beetle-shaped medallion in your hand for 1 round, an inscription appears on its surface revealing a magical nature. It provides 2 benefits while it is on your person. You have advantage on saving throws against spells. The second is that the scarab has 12 charges. If you fail a saving throw against a necromancy spell or a harmful effect originating from an undead creature, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge and turn the failed save into a successful one. The scarab crumbles into powder and is destroyed when its last charge is expended.
Huh? Nice.
Yeah. All right. So that is your loot.
Fat loot.
Fat loot. Or loot fats, as the jazz players would say. All right. So. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, where do you guys want to go from here? You have the obvious choice to continue going east.
I think I'd like to let everybody know about the room with all the stone things in it that we just made sure there wasn't a threat there.
Yes, where you put the pentagram. Yes.
Yeah.
Very nicely drawn pentagram, by the way.
Oh yeah, there we go. Good. +1 on pentagram drawings.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ignored the stone tablets, and that's an altar in there that we might want to have Norite. I don't know if he can do it since he's an undead master now, but somebody needs to consecrate that thing.
Consecrate?
Okay. Yeah, you can go back and check out the Eviscera room. So you're sending Norite and Shamish back into the Eviscera room to basically consecrate it and read the texts. Is that the gist that I'm getting here?
Learn if this is, you don't leave altars like this behind you and ignore them. That could be our Dendar summoning
not an
altar.
altar.
We don't know what the heck it is. So
That is a
yeah, we need to
necromancy
investigate.
buffet.
Now that we're
Undead orgy.
Brody's like, no, that's just a buffet. Whatever. So
clean cantrip. Get rid of all that crap.
So Norite and Shamish make religion checks.
25.
Shamish, what'd you get?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Nat 20.
Not 20. So, Shamish, you come in and you are immediately, you are overcome with emotions and the thoughts of dread that this room is a summoning portal for Dendar the Night Serpent. Narite, you find...
I totally called it. Oh my god. I want to have proficiency in religion now. Yeah.
Narite, the stone tablets that you pull out of these niches in the walls are basically, from what you can determine, they are different summoning spells and necromancy for creating the army of the dead that will follow Dendar the Night Serpent. But that's all you find in this room. So, do you guys want to do a sanctify ritual? Well, the question is, in this room here, does Narite and Shamish want to do a sanctification ritual to sanctify the room?
Yes.
Okay. So if you sanctify it, so again, both Norte and Shamash make a religion check. Or actually, you can make a religion check plus your spell casting ability. It's DC 25.
$39.
Wow.
He got it, so I didn't get it.
Okay. So, you guys pray and pray till your knuckles bleed, and Narate is able to sanctify this room. But it takes an hour, so that's another short rest. So anybody that wants to expend any hit dice, they can. I don't think anybody took any damage, though.
I think Telfar would rather be sneaking around and scouting than taking a break.
So in that hour, Telfar, where would you like to go?
In that hour, I definitely want to check out this room with a nice pool in the middle.
Okay.
And probably... yeah, this room in the pool.
I don't know. That's a really nice dinosaur that somebody drew, but no.
I know, isn't that lovely?
That's nice. So, Telfar, make an investigation check.
Mm-hmm. I'll use a luck point on that.
Okay.
Or 19.
Okay, 19.
Oh wait, you know what? I am proficient in that, so I could have taken 10 on the first one. I don't need to use a luck point.
Okay,
10.
so
19 still.
19 still. Alright, hold on here. I will show you what you see. You see all the things.
Everything.
All of the things. Say, I look at. Yeah, those are not good, but this will be good. Then,
She found something to fight.
I am.
I need to work out with her how we can scout together.
still looking. Where did my
I think those might be like.
lizard folk go? Oh, they're there. No.
I thought they were like like the chocolate. I think Beverage Farm sells them.
Ugh. Well, this will do for now. So you see, when you look through this door, you see sitting on a throne with on the opposite side of this pool, so to the south of this pool, you see this human sitting there, and his right hand appears large, and you realize that the right hand looks like it's made of iron, and he's wearing a half mask made of iron beneath a red cowl. To the side of him, standing guard, are two minotaur skeletons.
Call for backup.
Do I see anything else in this room, or those seem to be the only three things occupying the room?
Throughout the room, you see 20 some odd women that are wearing white robes and are on their knees bowing down to him.
Is there anything in the water?
Not that you can see.
And you said it's two minotaur skeletons and a what in the middle?
Is a human sitting in the middle, wearing, sitting on a throne.
Okay, a throne, alright.
Wearing, his right hand looks like it's made of iron, and the left side of his face is covered in an iron mask.
Alright, so we're looking at a Manshoon then.
Safe
Is
bet.
what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that looks like a Manshoon. And 20 some odd women in white robes bowing down to him, and two skeletal minotaurs on either side. Yes?
Yes.
This is a Roger Corman movie.
Yes. He's going to turn into a snake any minute.
Exits in every corner except for the direction we came from, right?
Correct. So there is an exit here. There's an exit here, here,
Right.
and here. As well as here.
Well, I think in the course of my hour-long snooping...
Also-
probably-
Also, where he's sitting, it is 20 feet up from the pool. So this is a 20-foot rise.
High dive.
This is 10 feet to the base of the pillars.
So theoretically, the only way to get up on that platform is through the room to the south of it, right? Like
That would be
stairs,
correct.
Like that?
That would be an adequate assumption.
Well, I'm gonna have to figure out a way for my comrades to get up there. So I think Telfar wants to investigate this little corridor here. See if there's another way around.
Let me find out where you went.
To the north east corner.
Oh, I fucking hate this program sometimes. Oh, I see. Okay. We will come back to you in just a moment.
Sounds good.
The rest of you, what do you want to do?
I want to. Is there any way we can send like a message to I don't know, everyone's back there? It was Shamish and Norote that were doing the cleansing ritual in the room.
Yes.
Well, since I usually communicate to Aaron, I totally like to send him the message cantrip or whatever before I move on and tell him, like, you know, Manshoon in the house.
Okay. So you, using the message cantrip, you tell Aaron what you see.
Yep, so Aaron knows. Now the ball's in your court.
Do we know what direction she went?
Yes, she would communicate with Aaron, and so I would assume that Aaron would tell everybody else, hey, this is what's going on to the south of us.
And I get to reply, right? A certain number of words, or is it just one?
I think, yeah, I believe you get to reply with a message.
I think I have like 20 where it's a tweet.
Yes, you do.
I can
It's a tweet.
Yeah. It's a very short message sort of thing.
Okay, so the reply back is Roger. Assume no immediate threat.
So basically you're saying that you got Telfar's tweet, but because it's a tweet that's only, 140 characters, you got no context.
I just oh my god. I just got the information.
Yeah. No, really, all I wanted to convey was that Manshoon is in the house and near.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. I'm not going to talk about the pool and the 20 ladies in the white robes or whatever. Nah. The important thing is found Manshoon.
Right. So yeah, I'll reply back that what I just said, and consecrating altar that would summon Dendar.
His message is twice as long.
Right.
Meet us here. I think
Did it share?
I think that's within the word count.
Okay.
Are you gonna tell us she sent you a message?
Yeah, are you going to tell everybody else that
I'm
she
sure
told
that-
you that Manshoon is here?
Yes.
Alright, I want to run off in the direction she went, like as fast as I can.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Stealth check? I'm not being stealthy.
No?
No, hell no. I'm dashing, if anything.
Gonna go diving into the swimming pool.
Nope, I can run across it.
There we go. Even better.
Aaron, what are you doing?
I've been standing here with the consecration effort that's going on. So I'm not inside there, but somebody needs to watch during this hour-long process that they don't get attacked.
Well, that's already taking place.
Oh, well.
So I would assume that you're up there, you're up here with everybody else.
They're all done with the consummation process.
No, because I didn't know where Manshoon was, so I couldn't share that.
No, you wouldn't, but you knew where everything else happened, and that whole hour of consecration took place and is already done. You guys have already moved forward. I mean, if you want to stay down there, you can, but
I will stay down here because my message to Telfar said that we'll wait for him here. And if everybody else takes off, then they lose Telfar's info, and that's just the way it goes.
Okay.
I mean, my reply back was, "We'll wait for you here."
Okay.
I'm like, "Oh my God, people, you're not supposed to do this."
Shamish, what are you gonna do?
Okay. I'm actually gonna see what's going on over there.
So you're not in combat. So if you want to move to right behind Brody, you can.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll grab my guy. Select and move.
So, yes. Yes, you can. Norte, what are you doing?
I'm going to move right next to my ghouls and my zombies are moving as well.
Okay. Alright. Thrick, what are you doing?
Move over there as well.
Okay. And cancel. Okay. So in this room, Brody, you see exactly what Telfar has described.
Okay.
You see a bunch of white-clad women, and when you bust into the room, they're all praying, and they turn around and see you and scream and start running around, and Manshoon stands up. Everybody roll initiative. I need another book. Here we go. Sorry, hold on. All right, so everybody roll initiative. And you can click your name and put it in yourself.
Now you need to click your icon that's on the map, and then you can actually type it in. I'm sorry, I'm talking about how you auto-generate it if you have a Roll20 character sheet. Never mind.
So Brody, what'd you get?
25.
Shamish, what'd you get? So between the two of you, which one of you wants to go first?
You can roll for it.
Or you could just pick and not be dicks. Which one of you wants to go first?
He can go first. I went first last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chancel, what'd you get?
24.
Norte.
$21 total.
Okay. Aaron.
10.
Thrick.
15. I put it in.
Telfar.
13, I put it in.
Okay. Okay. And Aaron got a 10. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Brody,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to do as you bust into this Conan-esque
Conan-esque
room?
party. I want to run straight across that pond up onto the dais and kick him. I assume in the back of the head.
Okay, so
It's 20 feet up.
yeah, it is 20 feet up here.
Okay. So it's 20 feet to it and 20 feet up?
Yep, 22 feet to it and 20 feet up.
Okay. So I don't have to dash then.
No, and you're a rogue, so go ahead and make your
I'm a
attack.
monk, I can run up smooth surfaces and across water.
Yep, make your attack.
Alright. So 1, I'm assuming is missing, that's 12.
Do you roll a nat 1?
No, I rolled a nat 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing that's a miss.
That's totally different. Yeah, that, yeah.
The other is a 22
That hits.
or 12. And we won't mess around with any specials. But I want to spend a Kai point and do
Okay.
a flurry of blows, which is 2 more. 2 more unarmed. So a 13, that's not gonna hit. And a 24
That hits.
for 10.
Does he have to make any saving throws?
He should have, but I forgot about that till after I rolled. So, to be fair, I probably should.
To be fair.
To be fair. Oh man.
So, no stunning strike or.
Actually, can I go back?
Well, yeah. I
don't
mean,
have to re-roll
if
the
you
attack, but
well, you don't have to re-roll the attack.
I just
you hit
realized-
twice.
he's on up 20 feet, right?
Right. Yeah. You
I want to
walked
kick him
up.
10 feet.
You what?
I want to push him off the edge of the
Okay.
dais.
So
So it's a 17 save, strength save. Or
nope,
no,
you got a 12.
it's a- well, okay.
So you push him back 10 feet.
Should
He's
not.
unhappy about about
Oh
that.
man. Except for that makes him on the other side. Okay.
And so now he's off of this and 10 feet down.
Moving fast and thinking slow.
And he has to make an athletics. No, he takes an additional. Oh no, 1 point of damage from falling.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
All right.
But he's got your number.
I bet.
Shamish, what would you like to do?
Okay. Let's see. Oh no, you're already over there. Calculate. How far is that?
So, being a monk, Brody just ran across the water.
Lucky. How do I? Oh, I have to select. Well then, make it about there.
Okay.
About there.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Let me-
I'll dash actually.
Get this out of the way. So,
Dash.
if you want to dash, you can get here.
Cool. Perfect.
Okay? Okay. That was your dash action. Cancel. What do you want to do? She's like, but I'm playing D&D too. So, this whole map is set up for tomorrow night's game. And she came in and like rearranged
Yeah.
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you think you get away with it because you're cute. Your daughter.
I gotta roll. Hold on.
If you're rolling that one, I'm throwing you off the table.
So every morning, she jumps to our back window, like 7:30 in the morning, and she can see the construction workers coming out, right?
Okay.
And she gets fucking mad. Like she gets in the fucking window, she's like, "Argh!" and like growls and like, "Argh, rah, rah, rah," and hisses at them, and then runs across our bed like 3 or 4 times trying to wake us up. Like there's these motherfuckers in the backyard. Like Jesus Christ.
You're like, yeah, it's Tuesday.
And she's like,
Learn to read
and she's
the-
like this big. Just so mad.
Did you get her fixed recently?
Yes.
See, she's got some shaved hairs.
Yeah. They're like trying to keep her from jumping and running. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You got a fucking dart gun? Because a net maybe. Mr. Cancel.
What?
I hear a whole lot of dice rolling. What are you doing?
Cat? Do you really have to eat my character?
I am just chilling here and
Casting Fireball?
Fireball. Do it.
No.
Meow.
sounds tempting though.
Do it.
But
You won't hurt me. Did you get it in the cat tank? It's like rolling around, looking up.
I'm chilling here.
Okay.
And it's
Okay. So that was your dash action. Okay. Norte, what would you like to do?
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to move to Manshoon. And I'm going to cast 8th level Inflict Wounds.
So, wait. You moved across the water.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
Yeah, you could get to like right here.
You still have a 10-foot step at this point.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'll allow a athletics check too.
And I have my boots of striding and springing.
Right.
So that's a total of 18.
So you can get right here. With your normal movement.
Okay. And, my zombies.
Well, before we do your zombies, I mean, is there something, because you didn't have to dash to do that. So you're 10 feet away from Manshoon. What would you like to do?
Pick a spell. A good spell. Spit on it.
Okay. What's that again?
Cast what?
Wait. I'll cast Spirit Shroud, actually.
What level is that?
4th. No, it's 3rd. I'll cast again at 4th.
As a reaction, Manshoon will cast 5th level counterspell. You're gonna counterspell his counterspell?
Yeah.
Okay, well that was his reaction, so okay. So the spell goes off.
Okay.
That kind of
And,
sucks. Huh? It's kind
remind me if I'm wrong, it makes
Well, you can do
a
counterspell with the counterspell.
shield around me,
Shield.
which if anyone attacks it will take damage, right?
So I'm sorry, what is the spell you cast?
Spirit Shroud.
So Spirit Shroud specifically. Spirit Shroud. Is that a Xanathar spell? I believe it is.
Fire.
I think it is.
Fire. Fire.
No, it might be. I think it's Tasha's guy.
Is it?
Tasha's culprit.
Let me see here. Yeah, it must be Tasha's. There you go. So it's a 3rd level necromancy spell. You call forth spirits of the dead, which float around you for the spell's duration. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable. Until the spell ends, any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit within 10 feet of you. The damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. It's your choice when you cast a spell. So what are you picking? Radiant, necrotic, or cold?
Cold.
Okay.
Well, no, necrotic.
Okay. Any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of their next turn. In addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of its next turn. Oh, I'm sorry. Still the start of your next turn. So if you hit while this spell is active, then their speed is reduced.
So is it a bonus action?
No, it's one action, but you have, in order for any of this to really take place, you have to hit.
Okay.
So when you hit, they take 1d8 additional necrotic damage on top of your hit, and they have to make a save, or their movement is reduced by 10 feet.
Got it. I'll cast that spell.
Okay, so Spirit Trap. Thrick, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
And you see the 2 enemies on like the pedestal type area?
Yes. So you have a Minotaur skeleton here and a Minotaur skeleton here.
I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt on this one.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, and that's 20.
Double damage.
Yes. $18 damage.
Okay.
All
But
shiny and all that.
he's all shiny.
Oh.
Anything with your bonus action?
No, nothing with that.
Okay. Manshoon is going to do something. So the first thing I have to do is look up Staff of Power.
That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing, no.
Staff of Power? Oh my gosh, yeah. It lets you cast 5th level fireballs and
All sorts of
Those
nastiness, yeah.
the biggest and bestest one in my experience has been Wall of Force. So if Manshoon wanted to, he could go one-on-one with whoever's closest to him by shutting out everybody else.
Yeah, he could. Man, you know this guy's a fucking badass when you have to pull out 3 books.
Was that good?
Globe of invulnerability. So he uses his staff and casts Globe of Invulnerability on himself. So he casts Globe of Invulnerability on himself. Any spell of 5th level or lower is not going to make it through.
Does he have to concentrate to maintain it?
It is a part of his staff power.
Damn.
It allows him to cast it using charges from the staff. But
Yes, he does have to maintain concentration on it,
Yeah,
but he doesn't have to expend any spell slots.
right.
Telfar, what would you like to do?
Well, Telfar has recently heard a chorus of 20 high-pitched screams that he can easily identify as most likely belonging to roughly 20 white-clad ladies.
Yes, they have all started to run out of the side doors of this this building. They are not running to the south,
but rather into the east and west rooms.
Yeah, correct. The east and west.
Alright, my regular movement speed while flying is 60, and that puts me about right here.
Hold on, I'm
And that
trying to
puts
find
me-
Telfar.
One sheet up.
Is she right? Oh, that's right. Yes. Yes.
And that puts me back into my range of message. So I will use my action to send another message to Aaron that says, did we get a little hasty? I'm heading towards the screams.
Okay. So, Aaron, you receive a message that Telfar is coming back towards the screams.
Okay.
Is there anything that Telfar want to do with the bonus action or any additional movement?
That was all of my movement without dashing. So I think I just have a bonus action left.
Aren't you a thief?
Yeah, as a rogue, you could dash as a bonus action.
You know, that's true. Yeah. So I might as well get myself about right here then.
There you go. Actually,
And, yeah,
you
there
might.
we go. I should still be stealth at 32.
You're flying, right?
Yes. How high is the ceiling in this room with a pool?
30 feet. You could fly out over here if you so choose.
Don't do it.
I would rather be back here and closer to the ceiling.
Okay.
You don't want the
Rather
giant
use whatever I
tentacle.
have left of my movement to move vertically instead of horizontally.
Okay.
no giant tentacles coming out of the water to grab Telfar.
Oh,
Not when you 30 foot off the ground.
that's coming.
Yeah.
So, Minotaur skeletons are going to deal with the immediate threat and going to attack Brody.
Are they going to act on an initiative of 6?
They are.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move my character because I can just go that far.
What, did I miss you?
Yeah, that's all right. I missed you too, Chris.
No, I'm sorry. Aaron, you get your turn. I'm sorry.
That's okay. My turn is boring. I can move here.
No.
I checked in. This is the max. This is the shortest. So this, I'm guessing this is where I would hear it strongest because I don't know where this is happening. So I just hear the screams, and this was the shortest path to where I was. And I'll reply back to Telfar, me too. And that's the end of my turn.
So yeah, you were all the way back there.
Yep.
Where did you move to?
So I moved
he
here,
moved south,
and that's 120. So that's 30 plus 30 plus.
I see what you're doing. I gotcha.
My rogue bonus.
I'm gonna have to drop scale here. Okay. I see where you're at. Alright, so my apologies, Aaron. I didn't mean to miss you.
Well, no biggie.
Minotaur skeletons are going to swing on Brody.
Swing away, baby.
They get great axe attacks at +6. 12's gonna miss. Ugh. 10's gonna miss. So they look impressive, but you know, like so many other naked people, they look impressive, but they're not. Brody, what would you like to do?
I want to. How much space is behind those minotaurs? Up to the. I want to try and kick them off this pedestal like I did their boss.
Uh,
How far is that behind them? 5, 10?
5.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to. I want to kick one off, and then I'll move and kick the other one off.
Okay,
So
so
pick one.
yeah, pick which, left or right, your choice.
Left is first. 24
Hits.
for a grand total of 6, and he can make a dex save of 17.
Nope, 12.
So he moves up to 10 feet.
And he takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
All right. I want to do the same thing to his partner,
Okay?
and he gets 28. So that's a hit for the whopping 7.
Yeah.
And then he gets to make the same save.
And he takes 3 points of damage from the fall.
Now,
You
can
should be kicking them into the water.
That's right. I was gonna try that. I totally forgot. Now I want to leap down on Manshoon. Could I do that?
Yeah.
I could take the bonus action for 2 more shots, and you'll let me jump the 5 feet or whatever it is.
Yep.
All right. So,
Yeah, as a rogue, you can make that jump.
monk.
Or sorry, monk, yes.
Oh, son of a bitch!
You did not just roll a 1.
No, I didn't. But I rolled 2 13s, so they're not gonna hit. That's all right.
No, they are not.
Well, fine. You'll make stun saves next round.
Okay. Shamish, what would you like to do?
Okay. So I'm here. Probably make it. Yeah, I can definitely make it.
So, there's a Minotaur skeleton that has now dropped down on the ground here, right next to Narate.
Yeah, we'll go.
Which I'm sure you could just annihilate.
Yeah. Do I really need to use that much to annihilate it?
No.
He's not weak.
Manshoon.
No, the Minotaur skeleton.
Do you have turn on dead?
Minotaur
Would
skeleton.
that do
Oh,
it?
okay. Yeah, I might take this.
So did you want to move here?
Yeah, I'll attack it. I'll hit it with a level 2 divine.
Okay.
I gotta hit first. Top 20.
Hit.
Damage.
Oof. So, Shamish comes through and bashes this Minotaur skeleton. You just see an explosion of bones fly out.
Nice.
And Shamish, you're now here. Do you want to make an attack on Manshoon?
Sure, I'm gonna actually pump some stuff in this one.
Okay.
And I didn't use my bonus action, so I'm gonna...
Your second attack.
Yeah. I'll roll the hit first.
Yep. And what are you throwing for your bonus action, are you throwing a smite spell on this?
I am.
Okay. What smite spell are you throwing on there?
Blinding's fine.
Okay.
Level 3.
That's a good one.
Okay.
And my last level 4 spell.
What level is blinding smite?
Level 3.
Counter spell.
Huh?
So, I'm sorry, cancel? Did you say something?
Yeah, I say counterspell.
So you're going to counterspell the counterspell. Okay?
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay? So, it goes off. So, you get your blinding smite. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh dear God. A lot to count. Let's just go for the highest ones first, and then go down.
It's your attack roll.
25.
That hits.
Great. $93.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets a save against blinding.
He's dead, but not blinded.
Soft 20.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
So he's not blinded. But he is pissed off. Anything with your bonus action?
I used it.
Oh, that's right. You are correct, sir. Cancel. What would you like to do?
I am going to.
Keep in mind, he's protected from 5th level or lower spells.
Mm-hmm. Well, that puts a damper in things.
Yeah, that kind of fucks it up, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He's not dead, huh?
You. Not even close.
He's looking good still.
He's looking pretty good.
That's scary.
Yes.
What about? Is that a Minotaur?
It is a Minotaur.
I got Firebolt Minotaur.
Okay.
Does a 27 hit a Minotaur?
It does.
The 21 damage. Fire.
Okay. He takes 21 damage. Anything with your bonus action or movement?
No, that's it.
Okay. Narte, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move up to Manshoon
Okay.
and make an attack of an 8th level inflict wounds.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Nat 20.
Double damage.
Shit. That's a lot of dice to be rolled.
That is a lot of
I think it's
dice.
4 die 8 normally.
What is 86 times 2?
172.
172 necrotic damage.
Jesus. You kill the Manshoon clone.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
So the immediate things that you loot from Manshoon are going to be immediately of interest to cancel.
Like a staff of power?
One is a staff of power,
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
and it's exactly as written. The other is a black robe of the Arch Magi. Are you
He can't hear you, he's dancing.
Robe of the Archmage and a staff.
Yeah, I think what Chris is saying is that he was expecting us all to go, "Oh my God!"
no
Of the Archmage.
What color is the robe?
black?
Black's not my color. I don't want that robe.
Just all of us then.
You said he was wearing a red robe.
The hood's red, but it is a robe of the Archmage black. So it does require attunement, as does the staff. Elegant robe made of exquisite cloth, white, gray, or black, and adorned with silver runes. Robe's color corresponds to the alignment for which the item is created. White for good, gray for neutral, black for evil. You cannot attune to the robe of the Archmage that does not correspond to your alignment.
I need to murder some puppies real fast.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, exactly. So Cancel needs to kill some puppies.
In front of children.
It grants armor class of 15 plus dexterity bonus. You have advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. Your spell save DC and spell attack bonuses each increase by 2. But it's black. And what's your alignment, Cancel?
Black oriented.
To heck with that.
Okay,
We just
so-
need to get some bleach.
Yeah, we just need to dye it.
But hey, you get a staff of power.
I wonder, could I use the divine intervention to like purify the robe? I guess. Basically, bleach it.
No.
Okay.
It is
Worth a shot.
evil as evil can be.
I just wish for it to be a different color.
Well, that's not really the problem.
No.
The color is emblematic of the evil.
Now
The
that's
evil is
something
the
that doesn't
problem.
happen very often. Chris said no.
No. No. That's not gonna work. But you have defeated Manshoon, and we will pick this up next week as to what you determine or what you can decipher what Manshoon's plans were for all these Yuan-Ti.
Thank you again, Chris. It was a good day.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, too bad we were late to the party, huh, Aaron?
That's all right. It only worked out.
Didn't really miss out on a lot.
Yeah, except for getting to help kill the bad guys. Now
Yeah,
what are we gonna do with all these white robed women? We gotta save them too. We're gonna have a vote on the way back.
Oh, I'm sure that Telfar can find something to do with these poor women.
Damn right.
Kill that poor woman.
they all just have white archmage robes.
These poor ladies were all part of some terrible, terrible cult.
Yeah.
I know there must be a way that Telfar can help them.
Get a staff of power.
Plus, yeah, now Telfar has access. Did you know I have access to a staff of power?
I'd like to show it to you.
And we also have an evil detection robe.
Yes.
We just put it on people.
Yeah, just put it on them and wait till they manifest powers.
Well, if they survive it, then we kill them.
That's true,
It's
right?
it's like how they used to find witches in the old days. You
Yes.
know, you stick them underwater, and if they make it, then they're a witch.
Yes. What else floats? Very small stones.
Yeah. You know, and the terrible thing is that yes, very small stones can float.
That's true. Yeah. That whole scene, the guy with the shaving cream, is still the most funny part of it. All right, you guys. I will see you guys next week. I will start working on a plan for a live game starting beginning of March, and I will post that and let you know what the plan for that is.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
Okay. I will see you guys next week.
Bye, Chris.
Have a good night, guys. Have a good night.
So I didn't really quite upgrade my character yet.